Welcome to the Rawdawgers Sportscast Live. I'm Sean Watson. With me always is Ryan Kessler. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in from all our social media platforms. Want to start off the show today. Big news yesterday for the Cleveland Browns. Wyatt Teller went ahead and made a post over on Instagram. Very similar to what David Njoku did last week.
Yes, he did. You mean to share that?
So this is coming from the IG post. I wish things were a little different. This is hard to put into words. When Buffalo traded me to Cleveland 7 years ago, I never could have imagined how much this city would mean to me. Ultimately, the Browns took a chance on me that changed the trajectory of my life forever. To the most loyal fans in the NFL, I hope y'all know that you have made a mark on my family's life forever. I proposed to Carly on the 50-yard line at the stadium. Bought our first home here and proudly welcomed both of our babies to the world in Cleveland. I've made friendships and connections on and off the field that will last far beyond the game of football. Our family is so blessed and grateful for everyone in Northeast Ohio who has supported and loved us these past 7 years. While we are excited and look forward to what the future holds, Cleveland will always have a special place in our hearts. As always, go Browns with love and pancakes. Wyatt Teller, number 77.
Oh, yeah.
Great post. I wanted to just ask you this. With Njoku, and this seems to be a trend that's been happening for a while, why do these players feel like they need to go to social media instead of keeping things internal? I mean, I just want your thoughts.
I mean, is there really that much different than going to Schefter or any of these guys that used to break stuff like this? I mean, Baker did it back in 21. I mean, once it's over, I guess. I don't know. I think I think fans like that interaction to just kind of see the thank you and the send off, and everybody gets their closure. I think as long as it's that type of deal, it's probably okay. I mean, one thing to go and just rant and put up the middle finger on the way out or something like that, but
right, which I don't think Wyatt Teller's doing. Although
no, absolutely not. Yeah. I think we all see the writing on the wall as the season went on this year that it was probably his last year in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. I think also it has to do with he wants to get his name out in front. Another reason why Njoku just did this last week. He wants to let the NFL community know, hey, go ahead and put me at the top of your free agent board if you're looking for me. That way he can capitalize on the most money. Maybe get in there and have them start looking at him first. I mean, that's just my thought.
When does free agency tampering period start?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
It's before the draft, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, get your name out there, but I think too it's kind of been. I think that's just pretty common in the last 3-4 years since social media is so huge, and
yeah,
that's where a lot of these guys, they're especially on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. They have
Instagram
hundreds of thousands. Yeah, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. So
mm-hmm.
That's kind of their little community, and I'm sure they're finance, get some money off of that kind of stuff. So why not utilize the tools you have available?
Right. And you have somebody that's in the background too, that's writing a lot of this stuff for you.
Right.
You have PR guys, you have a team. I mean, I'm not saying that Wyatt Teller's so dumb that he couldn't write something like that, but they know what they're doing as far as putting things together and getting it out there. Also, I think it also gives them a good look,
right.
Moving forward to other teams, where you coming out there and just absolutely bashing the team that, you just employed you for the last 7 years. I think that's important. And it shows especially that, you're going to be a good teammate going forward. So I think that's important too.
Sure.
3-time Pro Bowler and 3-time All-Pro.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
You're getting close to Hall of Fame territory with 3 All-Pros.
So last year, though, the ranks on Wyatt Teller, 2025 alone, he ranked 57th out of 65 in pass blocks. And this is just guards. Okay.
What was it? Did you say 67th?
57th out of 65.
57th?
Yeah, and pass block efficiency. 40th out of 62 in run block efficiency. And that had to do with active guard. That was the metric. Was that basically starting active guards.
Right.
So, I do know this. He did suffer a calf injury. I believe it was week 14 from what I read against San Francisco.
Yeah, and then he was kind of playing like 2 quarters every game after that. And then they kind of gave him I think the last week, I don't even think he did any snaps.
They put him on IR in week 6 after week 16. They went ahead and just
16,
put him on IR. And I don't know if that maybe had some bearing with this.
Well, I think they sat him. I think they put him on IR, and he was kind of healthy because that's what kind of started the riffraff and with everything that was coming out of Berea.
Right.
But I mean, that's why put him out there? They weren't playing for anything. They're trying to get a look at their younger guys.
No party in this. I was about to bring that up. It's a great point. I was about to say neither the player or the organization is really at fault in this. Now the player and say, well, yeah, I wanted to play. I'm good to go. Perfect situation. Max Crosby, out in Vegas, right? Went ahead and felt like, hey, I wanted to go ahead and play. But basically, the Raiders are going to try to move him as much as they can and just blow it all up. And they don't want the guy to get hurt.
Right.
I mean, that's their only commodity. I mean, that's to try to really, really restart, that organization. So
sure.
From an organizational standpoint, you don't want to have a player of especially his caliber. I just read it, 3-time All-Pro and Pro Bowler, 31 years old, and you want to be able to have him for next year.
Sure. And where we were at, you wanted to see Whippler out there. He got to play at center, but Zenter, everyone knew that there's going to be some shakeups on the offensive line. So, I mean, it made sense for me. It just kind of sucked to see Wyatt getting that done to him at the end of his time here. But I mean, that's just what situation we were in. So, right. I mean, I wanted to see if Zenter could play and if Whippler could play and these guys that they invested draft picks in that have been here for 2 or 3 years and haven't really seen the field much. So,
and that's the risk you take with a guy that is going to become a free agent too.
Right.
I mean, it's like, well, I want to be able to have the opportunity to re-sign this guy, but then again, I don't want to hurt his feelings or hurt him, hurt his potential as a player.
Right.
So you're kind of between a rock and a hard place there.
Right.
I just think it's kind of a no-win situation when it comes to the organization. I mean, why you got 4 wins, 3 wins at that point, and what are you going to do?
Yeah, completely different situation like Batonio. Everyone, he's kind of every year could be his last, so he wants to go out there and play every snap he can.
Right.
That's a little different than Wyatt, which he's definitely probably not in his prime at this point, but definitely, I know he had a down year, but he has more left in the tank.
Right.
I think he's 31?
Yeah,
30, something like that.
Where Batonio is 36, I believe?
Something like that. Yeah, he was drafted in 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably 34, 35, something like that.
Okay. But still, and going back to Batonio though, so now with the uncertainty that we do have with Joe Bitonio, you got Ethan Posich as also a free agent. We know Jack Conklin kind of in a shadow year, they call it, as far as his contract, and now with Wyatt Teller. Have you ever seen an offensive line not just be this decimated, not just from injury wise, but also with the free agency market or just lack thereof? I mean,
Also, like since 1970, it would be if Petonio retires, you have a very, very real chance of having to replace every starter on that line. That'd be the first time since the merger in 1970 that any team's done that. So, yeah, I mean, and with Conklin, I mean, like he could be your swing tackle.
Yeah.
I don't know what cap situation they are with him. I know he's kind of at the end there, so maybe they take the savings and just cut him because he just hasn't been able to put a full season together since 2020. Honestly, I think 2021 he might have played 15 or 16, but so you've had that issue, and they put a lot of money in him. That was one of those re-signings that didn't make any sense to any of us.
Right.
But I think Posick could be a guy that comes back, though. I think he's still big physical center. He had the injury this year, but for the most part, he's been out on the field, and you could get him at a pretty good price. And I think with the injury that he had, there might be some hesitancy in the open market for any team to really put up a big number amount for him. So I think that could be one that comes back. And they're going to have to make some moves. I think Zenter probably get a chance at right guard, depending on what they do in the draft. Or Dwan Jones is going to be here. I would assume that he's going to go back to his natural right tackle spot. So, and I don't mind him playing there. It's just having the trust of him being able to make it through a season.
I had somebody
he's
up last night too. Wanted to find out, or they said to me, yeah, well, this is just another mistake, but not hiring Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is on the defensive side of the ball. Basically, he's blaming the Haslams for not hiring Jim Schwartz, and then now we're just losing players because
I think it comes down to dollars with him. He's probably wanting a 12 to 15, I would assume, but he's in the time of his career where you really only want to do 1-year deals,
right?
For him, and he probably wants to go test the market out. I'm sure he could probably get a good penny somewhere that needs a guard.
Well, and especially if also in his career, if it's somebody that if he's thinking, okay, I want to go ahead and I did, I proposed to my wife at the 50-yard line. Okay. I was planning on retiring here, but now it's like, I got a couple kids and stuff. And now it's something, maybe I want to have a chance at my legacy and possibly get a ring.
Right. And if he goes to, say LA or something like that, and you're on a team where you get a little more love from the writers and stuff to get another all-pro notch because you're on a team that's in the playoffs or fighting for division somewhere to help his Hall of Fame case, because once you hit 2-3 all-pros, that starts to be a discussion.
Sure. So that just kind of leads me right into not just the draft. We'll talk about that a little bit too, but also free agency. So one of the ESPN writers, I was reading the article about this, is apparently the left tackle they have, Rasheed Walker. Just kind of an unknown guy, but he has been an absolute animal for Green Bay.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to have a shot at this guy or not. There was a charge. I read about this a little further in another ESPN article that I guess he did have his Glock in a checked bag at LaGuardia. It was a licensed firearm. He had it in a lockbox in a checked bag. He told an airline attendant about it, And then they went ahead, I guess, and I didn't look this up, but I guess there is a different type of ruling when it comes to New York State, LaGuardia Airport, whether
I'm not.
So I'm not really worried. After I dug into it a little bit more, he is going to have another court hearing that's going to come in March. But Rasheed Walker is definitely somebody that I would have my eye on. He went ahead and took David Bakhtiari's spot. Yeah, Walker all day, absolutely. I saw where you guys had that out too, and I'm like,
yeah,
we guys got it out before we did.
Well, did we talk about that a couple weeks ago? We were looking through some of the potential free agents, but
yeah, Walker. Yeah, I mean Walker's the way to go. It's no good. This is true. This is true. I also said to Ryan, I was like, we're just going to build the mid-90s Cowboys team from the ground up.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to, get what we need to do. Yeah,
I don't think gun charges. I don't think gun charges mean anything to our front office.
Right. Right. I mean, there's guys in there that have some other charges too.
Right.
with like 26 counts?
Yeah.
And somehow they're still on the roster, and they got the max money.
Right. Them boys.
Boys.
No, I mean, as long as they don't, because they still have the option, the 5th-year option on him, right? But you were talking about that they don't really do that in Green Bay that often. So
yeah,
if he hits the market, that'd be the aggressive free agent move I'd be wanting to make.
Oh, absolutely. And with how young that guy is, and he's on the free agent big board right now.
Right. I
don't know, but it'd be hard for me to believe that Green Bay would let that guy go.
I mean, I would assume that they're probably getting to the point where the cap room's shrinking for them, right? They're on year 2 or 3 at Jordan Love's deal. They just traded.
Jordan Love's big contract you got going on, but now
they just traded for pass rusher Dallas.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
They just traded for the pass rusher from Dallas, making big money.
Yeah, Micah Parsons. Sorry,
Mike Parsons. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
So,
did you see him rolling around there at the Pro Bowl? By the way, like rolling around.
I've seen him. I seen a little bit of his interview with Miles.
Those were great too. Those were great. But yeah, he was like in his place. I think I'm not sure if they did. I meant to look this up too, but if he was actually in a golf cart during the actual flag football game. I'm not sure. How low is the Pro Bowl got?
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke.
That's got to be. I don't know how many years left they have of that. But utilize the draft pick without picking him up, with picking him up as a free agent. Yeah, I think if you do that, you can go wide receiver if your first 2 picks if you want to.
Yeah,
get another offensive lineman in the second round. Or, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit at that 6th spot.
Move back.
Safety. Well, move back. That's a possibility. Or if you really, really love Caleb Downs at 6.
I just think, but boy, I think if Caleb Downs is in play, I think you almost have to move back because you know that there's going to be teams that are probably going to really.
Are they going to trade up for a safety though, like that?
I mean, NFL doesn't. I mean, historically, but the way that Caleb Downs, even with us being Buckeye fans, the way that and he is just gaining more momentum. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, we absolutely.
I know, but we agree. We need offensive. I want O-line, wide receiver first, like 5 picks, but you have 2 first-round picks, and if you think that guy can be Ed Reed or Palomalu or something like that with the defense we already have, and you can kind of patch up that offensive line in the free agency period, I don't know. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying I could see that happening. They do love to draft defensive players in the top 10 of the draft when that's the last thing we need. So
Great point. Great point.
indeed.
Yeah. So, and we talked about this too on last pod. Of course, everybody's, yelling about Carnell Tate at 6. And
that's my guy.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for it too. The only thing I would say that would give me a little bit of pause on that is the fact that, once again, Kuiper's big board of top 100 players, there's 18 wide receivers in there, where the offensive linemen aren't. I mean,
you kind of want to get them at the top of the draft.
Yeah. But then on the flip side of it, you're like, man, look at all these Ohio State wide receivers that have been coming in the league. It's our turn. Let's go get that Ohio State wide receiver. I mean, between the Olaves and the Garrett Wilsons and the Marvin Harrison Juniors, and who I think Marvin Harrison Jr., in my opinion, if he had somebody that was better, and we'll get into the whole Kyler Murray situation, somebody that I think Arizona and the new coach, they're going to try to move that guy. And with his contract, that's going to be tough also. So
it'd be nice to get him.
Who? Kyler Murray?
No.
Oh, I don't want that guy.
Marvin. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
We don't have enough video games.
If we ever get a quarterback that's under 6 foot again, I will freak the fuck out.
Right.
I will crash out.
Well, when I heard word that, Stefanski was still really high on Dylan Gabriel, I'm like, do it. Do something. I mean, go. I mean, he's not.
I'll reiterate. I've never been as angry as that quickly in my life when I seen they picked him in the 3rd round.
As soon as I seen him, nation, I imagine.
Right. As soon as his fucking face popped up on that screen, it was about 12 beers deep. I just started throwing shit.
And we weren't on the Joe Thomas Grohl at that point, right?
Right.
Just slinging back just the cheapest beer possible.
Right. And the safety that we could have got was Xavier Worthy or Xavier Watts. Right there.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be talking about Caleb Downs right now.
True.
Delpit and it would have been, fuck us, right? Pick the midget.
Yeah.
A left-handed one at that, because that always works out.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 3rd round, you jettison Baker Mayfield, which, say what you want about that. We've said our piece about that too. But you go and get a guy that's probably an inch taller, that has a stronger arm than Dylan Gabriel. He doesn't
probably more mobile.
Throw off his back foot like Dylan Gabriel.
Probably more mobile.
Probably. I have absolutely. I mean, that had to come from ownership, right? I mean,
I think that right there is when I kind of knew. I was like, yeah, this is Kevin's last year.
Right. Yeah. So, anyway, Rasheed Walker, another name that's was thrown out there. I think Jeremiah Fowler had a ESPN article about this too. Is AJ Brown once out of the Philadelphia Eagles organization? So I don't know. Howie Roseman, of course, came out and said, AJ Brown's the kind of guy that we want to try to bring into the building, not get out of the building. But then we saw all the stuff that was going on. However, they wanted to try to.
He's been a nutcase since he's been there.
Yeah, wanted to go ahead and portray it with Sirianni, and the whole thing with Sirianni and AJ Brown. I'm sure that during that press conference or post-game presser, what's Sirianni going to say?
Right.
He's not going to throw him under the bus anymore.
No, and you don't want to. If you do have to get rid of him, you don't want to fuck up your compensation.
I mean, I'm just waiting for Jeffrey Lurie to come in, just like the Bills owner, and say, no. This is, and then all of a sudden you got a Keon Coleman situation in fucking Philadelphia.
Right.
So, by the way, Keon Coleman, don't want that guy either.
No, good Lord.
He's gonna want out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
But Myers says he needs variable. I think if there's any place that could fix that
Yeah.
need, it'd probably be New England.
Yeah. And I think actually AJ Brown teaming back up with Vrabel, and I think that's a great point, to go ahead and do that. I mean, I don't. That wasn't his idea, from what I understand. Anyway, he didn't want to get rid of AJ Brown in Tennessee.
No,
anyway.
One of the reasons why he ended up out of Tennessee was the friction with him in the front office and the ownership there.
Right. And Vrabel just blatantly, bashing the female owner. That didn't go over Vrabel either.
Love that.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, yeah, then we're going to go ahead and get rid of this guy. We're going to bring in Callahan's son, who immediately gets fired 5 games in. All right.
Instantaneously.
So AJ Brown, we can talk about that a little bit.
I mean, it's not even like a Jarvis Landry situation where he comes here and would be a culture guy. That's not it. He would be the most. He would be. Yeah, he would ruin whatever is there.
Right.
He would be the most talented wide receiver we've had here since Josh Gordon. That's for sure.
Sure.
But the thing is I would. Just physically, he's more of a.
Well, yeah, a physical specimen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's had more production than at least Amari in the last few years. But if we had a better quarterback situation, I'd be a little more prone to it.
100%.
You don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback situation. We've talked about it. I'm cool with building around Shador, but I wouldn't necessarily want to build around him with somebody that's going to be in his ear the whole time wanting the football.
Right. Throw me the fucking ball.
Right.
Give me the ball. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Booby in.
Come on, prime time, son. Throw me the fucking ball. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That'd be a dumpster fire. Would not want any part of that.
Right. You brought up a great point. You and I talked. We're like, we'll just save this for the pod. Also, but yeah, if you're a team that's like on a win now type thing, which we're not, yeah, go ahead and maybe take a flyer on AJ Brown if they're decided they're going to go ahead and move him and they want to go ahead and get. I mean, what are you giving up for that guy?
I think that's at most a 2nd round pick now, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's more than that.
I think New England would be a great spot for him.
Yeah.
Maybe Kansas City.
New England would have to be a late one, right?
Well, they'd have the 31st pick.
Right. Would that
I don't even know. I don't think they'd get a 1st rounder out of that, though. I mean, New England, if I was them, I would make that trade because that's what they need. But fuck them. They're not my team, so. Whatever they decide to do with that, but I think that's probably where he ends up.
Though that's if the Eagles organization decided to try to move him and finally grant him his wish.
Because it seems like it's been the same carousel for the last 3 years anyway.
Yeah.
Like what more does he want?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that.
Well, you know what he wants, Ryan. He wants a quarterback that has a playbook that has more than 6 fucking plays in it.
Sure. Sure.
That's my opinion.
Probably wants to get out of the option push offense. I get that, but
yeah,
he's still putting up numbers.
Yeah. And the other thing is
they're winning.
Don't forget that you also have Devontae Smith in there.
Right.
I mean, that's
a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, if you just do you want to go somewhere where you are just the guy? I mean, if that's the case, I could make the case for Buffalo.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to be,
I think he could work in Buffalo. He could work in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen would make him happy, I'm sure.
Well, if Josh Allen isn't able to make you happy, I don't know what you want.
Right. Just TO 2.0.
Yeah. Could be. All right. Any other, which we'll talk about some more other free agency later on. But we definitely wanted to just hit up those 2 guys, Rasheed Walker and AJ Brown. Walker, 100%. If we can make that move somehow. Are you giving up? What are you giving up? Are you giving up 24 for him?
He's a free agent, right?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was still kind of screwed
Yeah, so
up.
they must not have done the 5th year option. Yeah, that's just free agency. So yeah, they're going to have $30-35 million to spend. You sign them to a 4 or 5 year deal. That's probably only going to be 5 to 6 million in the.
They are able to franchise tag him.
Yeah, they can franchise tag him. Okay,
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
Or is it a sign and trade?
Well, if they tag him, then no. He's unrestricted.
Right.
So, yeah, go make that move.
Okay.
That's where that's where you need the resources.
Sure.
You going to hit on 3 linemen in the draft? I don't think so.
No. No.
You got to hope Whippler or Zenter end up being a guy that can go out there and be a starter, and you want to hit on one guy in the draft, bring him in. Hopefully, DeJuan's healthy, and see what you can what you can do at the left guard spot if Antonio's back or not.
Yeah.
So a lot of moving parts, but
there is.
Got to be aggressive about it.
That's right. Okay, kind of the last thing we wanted to do. Ryan and I came up with something, and this is going to kind of go along with basically go over on our new Discord channel too. It's going to kind of line up like this, but we've expanded it just for the podcast. But we wanted to bring have our picks, Ryan's picks, my picks, and we haven't told each other what our picks are for our all-time Browns 1999 to the present positional players.
Team players. I mean,
team play across all those, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start off. Do you want to go ahead and start off with quarterback?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go QB. We'll go offense first, then defense.
Offense first. Okay. Now, something we did now we're probably going to have some repeats in here because let's face it, the Browns haven't been a great organization to have an all-time list of players.
Even over the last 3 decades.
And yeah, right. So we're going to go ahead and I threw out to you 3 quarterbacks. Tell me your 3 quarterbacks to make a quarterback room. So, and we also talked about possibly one of us asking the other one, see if they could guess it, which once again probably won't be hard. So do you want to play that game? Or
Sure.
Do you just want to go ahead and name them off?
Go ahead and try to guess mine.
Go ahead and try to guess your 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing the guy that you are, and this is in no particular order, I think Joe Flacco's in there. Joe Flacco is not in there. There's 3 of them, right? Derek Anderson. Okay, Derek Anderson is also one of mine. Baker Mayfield. Okay. So, and then also one of mine. But Flacco is my 3rd.
Okay. I just there wasn't enough games for me to put him in there. Yeah.
It was just the fact. Okay. Then I'm going to go with Tim Couch then for you, or Colt McCoy.
Nope.
Neither one. All right, then give it up. Then tell me.
Kelly Holcomb.
Kelly Holcomb. All right. I mean, and that the playoffs.
And I'll say this: I guess there may not be enough games for him technically, but the man threw for 430 yards in a playoff game.
Yeah, great point.
On the road. And, that was one of my first memories as a kid, having my heart broken by this team. So the end of that game was absolutely insane. I still think William Green got out of bounds, but, whatever.
Right.
So who was your number 1? You had...
My number 1 overall would have to be Baker.
Okay. And then you had...
I'd probably follow that up with Joe Flacco at 2, and then probably Derek Anderson at 3.
Okay. So my top 3 were Derek Anderson, number 1,
Okay.
Our only legitimate Pro Bowl quarterback since coming back. I just think that team and that offense, we had, I couldn't count how many 3rd and 12 plus conversions we had with him and Braylon, Jaravicious, and Winslow. I mean, that there's a difference about that offense than we had with any of the offenses with Baker, in my opinion. I think a lot of those offenses were built, which they should have been, out of Nick Chubb in the play action game. Even when Baker was at his best, that's when he was at his best, is when we had that threat and a good offensive line. Mm-hmm. And yeah, no, Jamal Lewis was there, so it was a great offense. I just think Derek Anderson could stretch the field, and in that year, it was just one of the better offenses in the league.
Right.
Even 2020, we were top 12 offense, top 10 offense, but I think that 2007 team, if they had made the playoffs, would have been a really dangerous team as well.
All right. That's fair.
And then I had Baker at 2.
Okay.
And then Holcomb at 3. I was thinking about putting Couch there because he was here for 4 years and was kind of the quarterback for most of that 2002 season, but I think Holcomb just was the spark guy for that offense.
Mm-hmm.
And had he not had the shoulder injury the following year with the guys that they had around him, I thought that team probably could have done a lot better, as well as Butch Davis probably would have been here a little bit longer. So
my first guess for you was Tim Couch. I mean, that was going to be my guy that I thought, that you would be different between us. But I thought for sure you'd have Flacco on that list.
The run was magical, but that was 6 games,
I mean, I agree.
And there's still a lot of turnovers, and yeah, I love Joe, but and also the first 4 games of this year were just kind of like, right. Kind of the totality of that.
Dark horse for you, Deshaun Kaiser.
No, actually, if there was another quarterback, no, Josh Campbell.
Garcia. Be all serious.
Yes, Garcia. For sure. Man, I thought that was going to work when he got here.
Right.
But that was a guy, he always put his hat like below his nose on the sideline. Just pissed. What a time to be alive.
All right, let's move on to our running back group. Do you want to go first this time, or?
Yeah, I'll guess yours.
Guess mine. I got 3.
Yeah. Nick Chubb.
Yep. Number 1.
Jamal Lewis.
Number 2.
And Peyton Hillis.
Number 3. You nailed it. All 3. That's right
mine.
There. Is that yours too?
Yeah.
Easy enough. And Here's the thing. I actually was thinking about possibly putting Peyton Hillis above Jamal Lewis.
I was too.
So you and I were both kind of thinking along the same line. But
But Jamal had a couple of good years. Peyton had the one season here. So
dark horse candidate for me, and I'm just kind of throwing this in here, probably Kareem Hunt, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, when you put him and Chubb together,
I would say like Reuben Drones though.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
He was the first 1,000-yard back, I think, when we came back from 99. So I'd have to give him some props there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Wide receivers. I have 3 of them, but I'm going to try to guess yours first.
Okay.
And I think you've already alluded to it. So I think I know your number 1 is Josh Gordon.
No.
Okay. Is Josh Gordon in your list?
Yes.
Okay. Of 3. I'm going to say Amari Cooper. Is he your 1?
Yes.
Okay. And Josh Gordon's your 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to go with Braylon Edwards at 3 for you. Now mine's different.
Yeah, and I
go ahead though.
Okay. So for yours, and I'll see if we're on the same wavelength here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Josh Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
Amari Cooper, Jarvis Landry.
Yes. Now I had Jarvis Landry in the 2, but I have him labeled as a slot. And when I was putting these together, also I thought about, okay, if I was going to have 3 wide receivers, these are my 3. I'm going Josh Gordon, I'm going Amari Cooper, I'm going Jarvis in the slot. So I was kind of thinking along that line too, instead of just listing them.
And I wanted to put Jarvis in there because we all love Jarvis.
Yeah.
But just production-wise, Braylon was just – he had that – I mean, what was it, 17 touchdowns in 2007?
Definitely honorable. I mean, definitely up there too. That was a little tough. I just think that whole thing with Jarvis Landry, from an organizational standpoint, that was almost like the genesis of a new era in Cleveland football. And I think that's probably why, like, he was like that big first signing that I think kind of got the ball rolling. And I think,
it was –
that means a lot.
I wanted him in there, but I was just kind of going more in production.
No, I don't think there's either wrong answer because Braylon Edwards would have been my next choice. So, tight ends, I have 2 of them. I have 2. I'm going to guess yours. So, probably the same 2, but I'm going to go David Njoku 1. No, not 1. Okay. Gary Barnidge. Neither one of them on your list.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I just gave you my 2.
Okay.
Was Njoku and Barnidge.
And I love Chief, but not on my top 2. You had Gary Barnidge at 2?
Yes.
So I'm giving my boy the mean raper himself, Kellen Winslow, number 1.
I can't believe you did this.
Just as a player, okay.
Winslow on there.
Just as a player, we don't need to get into whatever the hell happened off the field.
Okay.
But at number 2, I got to give it to my boy Steve Hyden.
Okay, that's fair.
He was here for a while, and he was very productive with a lot of shit quarterback play. Great run blocker, and one of my favorite kind of players that I had growing up, so I had to put him in there. But I would put Njoku in there as right there with him. Okay. But I mean, if you look at Njoku, he had the one really good half of the year with Flacco, but the production was just never there the way you wanted it to be with him.
No, and we talked
Baker never really had a connection with him. Joe was really the only one. I mean, I would say that Brissett had a pretty good connection with him.
Yeah, he did.
But other than that, all the other quarterbacks don't seem like they want to hit the tight ends when they play in Cleveland for some reason.
Right. All right, offensive line. I have 3.
I think this will probably be the same, maybe. Well, maybe not. I think my third might.
Man, this one's tough for me. Okay, number 1 obviously is Joe Thomas, right?
Yeah.
So that's easy enough. I'm going to guess. So it's my turn to guess yours.
Mm-hmm.
So the other 2, Joel Bitonio.
Yep.
Okay. And is it Wyatt Teller? At 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your 3?
No. Although Wyatt Teller probably should be.
And I'll tell you the one
Alex Mack.
Alex Mack. Okay.
Alex Mack made my list.
I was also going to throw in Ryan Tucker.
Okay.
He was our right tackle for, I think, from like 2002 to 2006 or 7. I think he was on the 2007 team. But he was an absolute stud. If you go back and watch tape on him, he was kind of very underrated, if you ask me. He was on the team that won the Super Bowl in St. Louis when he got here. Then they made that run to the playoffs. So he was a really good right tackle. We had some good offensive lines through the 2000s, which just pisses me off.
Right.
all of that was wasted. But
Sure.
Alex Mack definitely. He just wasn't here long enough for me compared to the other guys.
Right. Okay. We want to flip over to defense.
Yes.
All right, defense. I have 4. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going 2 defensive tackles and 2 edge players is kind of what I did. But you don't have to. But the most obvious one is Miles, right? Miles far and above, maybe the greatest. Could it end up being maybe the greatest Browns player ever? Is that
I
too?
think he's already there. Well,
Yeah.
Jim Brown, I don't know. You
Yeah,
got to
that's
get a ring, I think. So,
okay. Greatest defensive Browns player.
absolutely greatest defensive player.
I mean, he's going to be in the Ring of Honor someday, right?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Should be his Ring of Honor, honestly, at that point. I would
Right.
assume.
So Miles is definitely already off the board. Is it your turn? You want to guess mine?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you did 2 defensive ends.
Yes.
Obviously, Miles, and you put Clowney in there.
I thought about it. I almost did, but I didn't. But I don't think that's the wrong answer.
That's who I put in on mine.
Yeah, and I don't blame you.
Trying to think who else. Like a Kennard Lang.
A Taba Rubin.
Was he an edge? He's more of a tackle.
Well, and he transitioned over. So I guess
in that 3-4.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. So I guess a pure edge. Yeah, I guess. Okay, and then how about at least my 2? But if I guess I got to go pure edge, I got to put Clowney in there, right? So yeah, I guess that's right. How about my 2 defensive tackles?
Malik Collins?
No.
Sean Rogers. Ted Washington.
Orpheus Roy.
I have him as one of mine. Orpheus Roy.
Jabal Sheard.
Jabal Sheard?
Mm-hmm.
He was a defensive end.
Oh, did I? Maybe I had that wrong. Oh, shit. I do have that wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, then
I have Rubin as the defensive tackle.
He actually had a pretty good career in New England, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
after he left here too.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't read my own writing.
All right, so
about that.
So who are your tackles again here?
Rubin and Royce. Or Roy, sorry. Orpheus Roy.
Papa Rubin. And Orpheus Roy. I had Orpheus Roy and Malik Collins.
Okay. And then I got Miles. I got Miles and Sheard on the edge.
Did you have 3 tackles?
No, just 2.
Okay. Then I'll just do 2 then. I had Malik in there just because I think he had the best, most dominant season that we've had at that position in total.
Okay.
That I remember. And I had him. I had 3. That's why I had Orpheus Roy in there. I had him, Sean Rogers, because that dude was an absolute stud nose tackle when we were in the 3-4. I think he blocked like 5 or 6 field goals while he was here.
Wow.
And he was like, he was like 350 pounds, like just ate up blocks in there. And it was a pretty good pass rusher for that size.
All right, linebacker group. I have 3.
I do too.
All right. You want me to guess yours? Is it my turn? Yes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. DeQuell Jackson.
Not my number 1, but
not your number 1. I'm just trying to think about who you would pick. Dansby?
He's He's in there.
Okay. Joe Schobert.
No, absolutely not.
He's one of mine.
Is he?
He is.
Okay.
Carson Schweschinger.
Not yet.
Okay. He is also one of mine.
Is he? I
Yes.
put him in there first, and then I was thinking about him. Like, no, I actually switched Dansby and him around.
Okay. All right. So
But
who's
definitely he's going to end up in that list, huh?
Who's your three?
Andre Davis.
Okay.
Dude was an absolute tackling machine.
Okay.
And then DeQuell Jackson and Carlos Dansby.
Okay. So mine was DeQuell, Joe Schobert, and Carson Schweschinger. And I thought about Sweat. I'm like, it's too early, but I'm like, I just don't think it is. And going back to my tight end group, Fannin has a possibility that he could be that guy too. But I just thought it was too early for him. But then with what Schweschinger did this last season, I'm like, man, he's got to be in there. I only had 2 tight ends. I had 3 linebackers.
He's the only defensive rookie of the year we've had, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know what? I'm gonna switch him out with Dansby.
Okay. All right. No Joe Schobert though. You're not
Absolutely not.
Taki,
you had Schobert. Okay. Taki.
not giving up a spot for him.
No.
Okay. All right. Cornerbacks. I got 2. 2 corners.
Okay.
Pretty easy one here, I think, right? Denzel Ward?
Yeah.
All right. Your turn to guess the second one, right?
Yeah. And I can't believe this one. I thought you might do 3, but
we could.
Joe Hayden.
Yeah, he's my 2. I think that's the easiest probably group in the whole board, quite honestly. Yeah. Who would be your third?
So my third with Joe, him, Dalen McCutcheon was so good for so long, but that's probably who I would put. And then honorable mention, Anthony Henry. He had that season where he had 10 picks. It's 2001, I think.
Okay.
I think he was a rookie that year too. I don't think he won rookie of the year somehow.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but before. But
yeah, so, but I'd put Dalen in there. He was a solid corner for 8 years, I think, from 99 to 07, 08.
Okay.
So you had Denzel, Joe, and
Denzel and Joe Hayden. Those are my 2.
Okay. All right, and now we're to the safeties.
To the safeties. So there's 2. So strong safety and free safety.
And do you want me to go ahead and guess these as well?
Go ahead.
Well, I know one's Grant Delpit.
Yep.
Trying to think on who you would pick at the other one. Sendejo? Absolutely not. That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's a joke. Yeah.
Joke. What was his name?
Thornhill?
Definitely not Juan Thornhill.
Another joke.
TJ Ward.
That's it.
Yep.
Is that your 2?
No, because I actually forgot about TJ Ward.
Okay.
I put Robert Griffin.
Okay.
He was a safety on that 0-2 playoff team. But TJ probably get that spot.
Okay.
So I'd say, Grant and TJ.
Okay. So we're pretty much on agreement on that too. All right, and then I just threw this in special teams. I have one kickoff returner, one kicker, and punter. And I don't know if you want to throw a punt returner in there too, but I kind of have a name in mind for that.
Travis Benjamin
for a punt returner. I'm going to go with Dennis Northcutt.
He was fun. Definitely dropped a big one in that playoff game, but I loved watching Dennis play. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's Phil Dawson, Josh Cribbs,
Hunter,
Zastadil, or Gardaki.
I'm sticking with Borquez.
Do you like him better?
I do.
That's actually a conversation.
It is.
Borquez definitely got a boot.
Yeah. Okay, no Scottish Hammer in there?
No. Yeah. The way he got out of here that last year was horrible.
I know. This is
Good
true.
Lord.
This is
Gardaki was good. I liked Zastadil, but
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Pinning guys deep, I think Zastadil might have the edge, but Borquez could just absolutely light it up.
I know. I think that's why I had to go with him.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. And then coach.
But
let's throw the coach. I know you said something about you have another one in there for discussion. Obviously, Stefanski's the one, right?
Yeah. Definitely the best since we've been back, I would say.
Sure.
But just for discussion purposes.
Let me see if I can guess it. Hold on. Butch Davis. Okay. Go ahead, though. I'm going to let you have your time.
Well, I think that period from 01 to 03, there's a lot of injuries that kind of screwed up that 03 season. And what kind of messed it up, too, was Holcomb coming on the scene and just playing lights out anytime he touched the field there. Mm-hmm. But Butch Davis actually kind of put that team together. He was basically your GM as well.
Right.
And they went 7-9 2001, but had better stats across the board, offensively, defensively. You had Bottlegate that year. A lot of close games.
The Bottlegate. So good.
A lot of close. I mean, there was a lot of close games both years. It was just a super fun team to watch. I think the teams really loved him, the guys in the locker room. And to me, had they stuck that out through 04, maybe gave him another year, he might have had the ability to stay here longer. But that was just kind of the beginning of the end of what they were building after they came back. Okay. And that took us to, he had the 1 year in 07, and then took us all the way to 2020 to really have anything to write home about.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in there just off the cuff. Last place position. This might be tough for head coach.
The worst coach? Well, Hugh. 1-31.
I mean, I agree. Freddie Kitchens?
Because he actually had some pieces.
But
he was a dumpster fire. Yeah.
I mean,
he was definitely a dumpster fire.
He was a one and done, but.
And about coaches you think that got fired too soon?
Well, Butch Davis, I got to put that up. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Marty Schottenheimer.
Well, yeah, I think that's consensus around the Browns community. I would hope.
Bud Carson. Bud Carson.
I said fucking Bud Carson.
Okay. Bill Belichick.
Right. Yeah.
Who got too soon?
Judd?
Jasinski? You think so?
I mean, it was just so quick. What did they expect him to do that year? It didn't make any sense to me. I think that whole from like 2009 to like 2017, it was just like boom, boom, boom. And that's why they gave Hugh, I think, the third year, because it was like every coach was one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to reestablish, I think, in the league that you don't have to worry about the revolving door as much.
Right.
Look, we just gave this dipshit, another year, which
Right.
we shouldn't have.
No.
Which actually may have made us even look worse. It backfired on us.
Right.
So,
well, then we got what we deserved with Freddie there for a year.
Yeah, true.
And Kevin, you can't say Kevin got fired too soon. I think there was an argument for him to be back, but there was obviously the correct argument of, I think it had matured and the time was here to change.
Right. Agreed.
So
I just hope that, I hope that we're not looking back on it wishing Kevin was still here. And the whole thing with the offensive line, I also had a couple people message me on this and message me the other night too after the pod and asked me realistically what I expect out of the Browns this coming season. And I said 500. 500 is my goal. That's my goal. That's where I want to be.
Or 8-9. I mean, you can't go 800.
Well, I mean, not, you know what I mean. Correct.
In that
ballpark. 8 and 9. Right.
Especially
I know
with it
can't be 500 exactly.
We finally have a decent, like the easiest strength of schedule in the league. Right. The last time we've gotten that. And it's all going to hinge on what player personnel is going to be able to do through the draft, free agency, and trades here. And got to build that offense.
And another thing is, I hope it's just a fun season too, because there's really good NFL lines that are going to happen. We have the NFC South, so we have a meeting with Stefanski and the Falcons. We have a meeting with Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. I mean, there's some good. I just hope that we stay competitive and make those storylines to come to fruition.
Yeah, I want games to matter in December.
Yeah.
Whether or not they get there or not, I don't think that.
Baby steps.
Yeah, like if you're going into September at 6-7 or December at 6-7 or something like that. Yeah, or even 5-8 or just in the hunt and try to make a run at the end. I just think with the more I look into the coach, what he can do with the offense, and all the assets that they have to be able to build that in the draft free agency, they should be competitive. And if they're not, then that's going to be a failure. And I don't think Monken should be held to a standard of having to make the playoffs his first year. But I do think if he's not given the right tools from Andrew Berry needs to go. I think we were both kind of, if on the Kevin and Andrew thing, if one goes, they both needed to go. Didn't really make sense to me.
And I think his draft class may have been the only thing that saved his job.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He had that last draft class that was really good, and that was after the baseball guy left. So
yeah,
maybe he had too much say in who they were drafting. Mm-hmm. So let's see if Andrew Berry can cook. He's going to have to hit at least 2 or 3 guys in this draft.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So
and some free agency too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if somehow he could pull this left tackle away from Green Bay,
right?
I mean, that's
huge.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, because if you go ahead and if you do that, it really, really opens up some possibilities when it comes to those 2 first-round picks.
Sure, and I think that'll also maybe make Joel want to stay.
True. Another great point.
So if your whole left side's kind of solid,
yeah,
at the very least solid,
and then you got DeJuan Jones on the right.
Yeah, you have Posick that can come back. I think he's still a quality center in the league.
And then Zinter.
Linderbaum's out there, but I don't know how much money they're.
I don't think I installed Linderbaum's too, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Right, I don't think that's going to happen. But if you could at least get Posick back in here and try to find you another tackle or guard in the draft, I think you're cooking with gas there to be a middle of the road offensive line,
and
would be a gigantic step,
right?
Moving forward, and then you could use a lot of draft capital in the wide receiver room, which I think is badly needed. Because free agency, AJ Brown, that ain't gonna happen. But if you go out there and get a guy like was it Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs?
Yeah.
Someone like that, and get you your 1A wide receiver, and have Jerry Jeudy as your third or second option, I think you're starting to look like an offense that people actually have to game plan for.
Right.
Then who knows if we end up with Malik Willis? So
that's for another.
I think we'll have more discussions on that as it goes. But
yeah. Also, want to tell everybody too, the combine, I believe, starts today, so we'll probably take a little bit of notice of that. Probably have some information on that Saturday maybe. Anyway, anything else you want to bring up? You want to bring up the socials?
Yeah. Please like and subscribe and share wherever you're watching. It's free and we appreciate that. But just reiterating, we do have a Discord that we created. It's in its beginning stages, but there's some cool stuff in there. If you guys want to join the show, there's an ability to do that. We have some channels in there that we would like, if you guys see some cool articles or whatever that you're looking at in the league, even if you're not a Browns fan, some news that's going around across the league to help us see what you guys want the discussions to be here. Just discuss between yourselves. There's we want to bring back our Crying Jordan segment. So if you can make some good memes and send them in there, we'll make sure to post them up on the show. Definitely want to make it a place that's interactive. And there's some things that we'll have there that we'll do throughout the year. Have information on March Madness brackets, Super Bowl squares, things that we do like that. So definitely want to start building that community. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We have an Instagram, but that's one area where me and Sean really don't care too much about.
Right.
But yeah.
Although I did go ahead and post that reel that I made the other day. So I went ahead and put that over on Instagram today. So
yeah, if you could share it, we appreciate it. Try to get this thing growing. We've definitely refined the tech aspect of it. So trying to build that momentum.
All right. Anything else you want to bring up?
No. And with that Discord, it's in the description. You can actually get the link or the invite link right there. Discord, if you haven't used it, is you got to mess around with it a little bit, but once you see how it works, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Sure.
So,
all right. Once again,
see you guys on Saturday.
Like, subscribe, share on all our social media platforms, at Dogs Raw on TikTok, at Rawdawgers Sportscast on Facebook, and on YouTube. So,
brother.
Yep. Until next time, Rawdawgers out.